DGC Requiem match 4. Kiki's Vengeance. Stuff's not going particularly great so far. See, this is a tough hand. This is the one where we want Faithless Looting with these cards in hand. I don't even know. I mean, so I guess the flip side of this is Thought Scour is less likely to draw me into Grizzlebrand in the graveyard. I think you just mulligan this, right? There's just not enough interactivity in your hand. I think you have to keep this one. That's good. So Kolaghan's Command allows us a way to discard. So that's positive. It's possible the other hand was good enough, but... Alright, so do we got Infect, or do we got some sort of Delvery? Yeah, it's Infect. They're like, ooh, and my opponent has no interaction. Win! Free win! So now I have remand, so now do they let me get my remand? What am I supposed to not remand the Noble Hierarch? So I think we remand this because we can kill the Glistener Elf the next turn if you recast it. Oh, Spell Pierce is it? No, I'm not going to pay for Spell Pierce, but I am going to kill your Glistener Elf next turn. So we're going to do discard 2 damage. Excellent. Well, at least Spellskite can't interact with Kiki combo. So the remand is actually... Snap remand's okay here. Maybe I should have thrown Kiki in the drink. I mean, if I was him, I would just straight go at me with the Ink Moth. Okay, so I got a couple of choices here. If we remand this, there's really no point in remand. We just let him attack and then we block and die. But he wasted all of his pump spells. So he has no trample, he's just going to get a Snapcaster killed. Or he has Apostle's Blessing for the win. Okay. I digress. Dude had me. Alright, so in this matchup, Murder, Death, Kill. Blood Moon's also really good. Swan Song, Dispel. Kalitas is a good finisher. I mean, in this matchup, we are just 100% taking the combo out. I think maybe we keep one Faithless Looting in. Anything else we want to do here? Pestermite. It's possible Jace is not great, but I can't imagine that being too much the case. I just think about the one spell that does Twisted Image, I'm thinking. And I think we actually potentially pull Remand. Actually, I think we're going to pull the Thought Scour. Let's pull this out real quick. Bring the negates back in. No, Thought Scour is still going to do some work for us. I think that's what we want. Sort. So again, I don't know that I can keep this. Snapcaster offers a lot of long-term value, but there's no guarantee we're going to draw into anything he can use. Alright, at least Jace gives us some filtering. Keep maybe some removal on top. Sure. So we don't really have to worry about our life total that much. I'm actually willing to throw a Jace in front of this guy too. If it prompts him to pump. I'm not willing to throw it in front of a Noble Hierarch. Hierarched up Glistener Elf. If we can get him to fire off an Apostle's Blessing here, we are certainly fine with that. Concern becomes if he taps for Apostle's Blessing for blue and pumps. He probably actually had us. Apostle's Blessing for blue just kind of has us dead there. Assuming he has a... let's discard a Jace. Sure, of course. So unfortunately, we discarded Jace here. Shooty, shooty, shooty. Alright, so the plan here is to Exarch, tapping him down again. Now, we're hoping he does not have Apostle's Blessing again. So we're doing this before draw step. If he has it, we're just kind of done. Alright, so he didn't do Apostle's Blessing. We're more than happy to just block and lose the Exarch. Just hoping to draw into some removal. So we have the Pestermite to block the Ink Moth Nexus. He has to pump... No, he doesn't have to pump the Glistener off. But we can attempt... God, we really need to draw something. If we can go for a Terminate, he can have that protected against the Terminate. So we can go for the block. I don't know that we need to go for the block though. I think we just take the 3. If he makes a move, we go for the kill. If he goes to protect, we swan song. And we know he's out of mana, so we can actually definitely downtick Jace to kill the Glistener Elf, if that's what we think is the most important. But now I almost wonder if that is the most important. So we could snap Thought Scour to try and get a land. We can downtick Jace to kill the Glistener Elf, but knowing he doesn't have any pump, really the bird is the bigger threat at the moment. Straight masterpiece. I think we're just going to uptick the bird. And then we're going to flash an Exarch on his turn. Tap down the Glistener Elf. So the risk here is he draws Become Immense, and Become Immense is Jace. Blood Moon is not what we're looking for. I think we're just going to snap Thought Scour. Maybe that snap Swan Song. See, Anger of the Gods would still be so good here. Yeah, I think we gotta do that just in case he has a pump spell. Get myself in trouble here. Okay. So I'm really not... Blood Moon's turned out to be pretty bad this game, but it's just the timing of the draws. So this is an easy block. That is what we are looking for. Jeez. Alright, so... God, this is so brutal. If he's got a Spell Pierce, we're donezo. Dispel, thankfully, doesn't do anything. So I think he doesn't have anything because he's not responding quickly. He would be snapping off whatever removal he had. So he's got a pump, so he's going to keep the Glistener Elf alive. Bladed Agent, so he's running that out, potentially knowing we can do this. So I don't know if he's pump faking here. Frankly, I'm okay. I just am trying to get to the point where I have Kalitas. I'm more than willing to have him waste his pumps. Excellent. So now we also know he does not have anything to counter this Anger of the Gods. And we can get Kalitas down next turn. It's actually been quite a nice grindy game. Alright, so he's conceded at this point. Despite not having access to any of our early removal, we were able to get there. I definitely think we consider cutting the Blood Moons here. It's possible Remain's better. It's possible Faithless Looting's better. It might be worth keeping one in. I don't think so. And I think we just go Remains. So this is kind of like a perfect hand so long as we draw another red source. So I'm expecting Blighted Agent. Okay, Ink Moth. And Blighted Agent. Yep, okay. Well, it's possible we should have held up our man there because we could just die the next turn. Pendelhaven, so he's at 2 power. Drops another Pendelhaven. 3 power, 4 power. Seven Infect. So I think, oh man, see the problem here is he can activate, he just needs 1 pump. Doesn't even need 1 pump, so we are actually straight dead here. Right. So we can't kill the Ink Moth. No. So because we're gonna kill the Noble Hierarch, we are not straight dead. something fast. Now this allows us to Exarch, tap down Ink Moth the next turn. So he gives that pro red. Damn it. So far we're still alive. The land basically knocks it out though, so long as he can activate and Pendelhaven. Okay, so he didn't, which just would theoretically mean... And the assumption here is he's going to Pendelhaven one, activate the other, and attack. That also works. Alright, so just a pretty terrible night. This is how it goes sometimes. But we're having fun, right?